Well, happy December, one and all, and a almost Merry Christmas. It is your boys on the couch about to watch something.
It's a movie. It's about almost 2 hours long. It's got actors in it. It's got a score that's not pressed to vinyl. I'll tell you that much.
And we're joined today by our friend from the north, Joe. We've got Joe on the couch with us.
Hello, hello. I'm excited to be here.
Hi, Joe.
We're
How you
excited to
doing?
have you here, dude.
Yeah, this is getting me ready for Christmas. I've been a Grinch ever since, or before in November. I'm always a Grinch because people talk about Christmas way too early.
Wait, you're a what?
I'm a Grinch.
Someone just say Grinch. A Grinch.
Yeah, that's my boy. He's a Grinch and he knows it. He's green to the soul. That's all we needed.
All right, so for those viewing at home, I realized that we've never really specified when we start the movie. So I feel like for the fifth or sixth or whatever number episode this is, definitely quite a ways into recording this podcast, we hit play after the intro song. So we've already hit play. You've already missed it. So I'm not gonna go back and you can figure it out. But the movie started.
Imagine entertainment. It's hard to imagine a Christmas without this movie. When was the last time you saw The Grinch, Joe?
Oh, ever since I was a little girl, I've always liked the Grinch, but it's been a while. This might be my favorite entry in the Dr. Seuss cinematic universe.
Oh yeah, dude, the GSCU.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I can do nothing but agree with you there, my friend. I actually haven't even seen most of the DSCU movies outside of the Grinch-related ones. I just never saw a point.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've familiarized myself as a kid with the Dr. Seuss literary universe, but no, the cinematic universe needs to be explored to its fullest.
Have you seen many of the other Dr. Seuss movies that have been fleshed out into full films after his death?
I mean, obviously the original animated Grinch.
Yeah.
I've not seen the new DreamWorks iteration, but
that one's pretty good.
I saw the Cat in the Hat though.
Did you like that one?
That
one gets very critical response, and understandably so. But
honestly,
I do like it.
I can't say I think I need to do a second watch to give it a fair
Yeah,
opinion.
that one's God, because this one's kind of teetering on the adult humor. It's like subtle enough to where they can get by, but the Cat in the Hat, they're just
I see some low
blatantly-
brass. Sorry, I'm a low brass enthusiast here. With we got a tuba with some what was that?
tuba with
Some
tuba.
trumpets coming out of the tuba.
2 health bar tuba.
For those of you out there, I played trombone in college, and anytime I see low brass, I just got to say low brass rules.
Oh, no, thank you. No one else has
Yeah.
called it out like that. We've got ourselves a brass boy with us.
Oh yeah, no, it says everything about your personality. If you're into low brass, like you sat in the back and you just okay.
If I was in drumline in high school, what does that tell you?
Oh, they're kin spirits. They both are in the back, and they just like to fool around
It's
and
true.
like the farthest eyes from the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Every band
year,
geek knows this.
one year I played the cymbals, and
Oh yeah.
I would say I probably smashed them together about maybe like 20 times per like halftime show. It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody loves the cymbals.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't even have to march either. I was on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I got a PE credit for standing on the sidelines. at the
What that
halftime
tells me
games.
is you got rhythm, and like if you don't have rhythm, I don't like you.
Yeah.
It just bothers me.
I do what I can. I give it a shot, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, sometimes it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. That's what I'm trying to say.
For sure.
Here's the question though. I was never really a band kid, but I've seen. Oh no, all right. I've seen movies
Wait,
though.
were you a choir geek or something?
No, I was a theater nerd.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
La 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 la. But
All right.
but I mean, I've seen movies that have talked about band antics. I mean, did you ever get up to any Any funny business in the back room there? Did you ever put anything in someone's trombone?
I was a sheltered child, but I've learned recently that some little things went on in the drum room.
Yeah, I can tell you something that went on in my drum room. This isn't particularly related to band, but it did happen in the band room. Some of my friends and I, and this is real, you're gonna not believe me. We did a bukkake
No way.
on the student council president, whose name I will remain nameless, but we did. Well, I guess if anybody knows me personally, they'll know who that was. But yeah, that is something that I have been a part of, and it wasn't as fun as you would imagine, but it was definitely something to behold. It was during our Mr. High School title event, and we were all drinking vodka. We were taking shots, and at this point, I had not really drank. I didn't drink too much, when I was that age. But I was like, I got to be cool for all the other kids. And I joined the bukkake. So yeah.
Went in the band room. Do as the band
specifically
kids do.
like the drum room too. Like
of course.
Oh God, but
we got Max here blowing through the mega
yeah, we
horn.
got Max here barking up a storm.
Yeah, funny story about band though. I want.
Wait, so like on the person or on their instrument? Like,
she was not a band person, so she didn't have an instrument for us to hit. So it wasn't exclusively her face. I would say some of us got her face. I got like on the neck or something. I don't know. I don't like to think about it too often.
Damn.
Yeah, I worry myself when I see a pack of skin flautists showing up with their instruments in hand. You got to get out of that part of the hallway.
Hey, or maybe jump in.
Oh, and here we go. All right, we got the Grinch grin. We're into this, baby.
I just thought of something else that's kind of funny.
Oh,
no. One year for Christmas, my mom got me Cards Against Humanity, and one of her her keyword cards was bukkake. And she was like, Nate, what does that mean? And I was like, Mom, I don't know, Google it. So she did, and she was like, God, that's disgusting. So, Mom, if you're listening to this podcast, look, I'm just about 25, so it's about time you know some of the dark deeds I've done.
You should have been like, I don't know, it's some kind of soup.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude, Cindy with words like kerbobbled and superfluous.
Yeah, this kid's learning.
Well read.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't even know what those words mean. Always a classic.
Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor as the mayor. And Clint Howard as the mayor's assistant.
Assistant to the mayor, I believe is the correct title.
Yeah, he seems like an assistant to the regional mayor kind of character, you know.
Dude, he's even wearing like the mustard yellow shirt. It was. We swear was the Grinch. He's a big metal-y character up in the mountain.
There we go. Thank God it's just defacing public property or committing arson. It's not they didn't actually see the Grinch. Yeah, the word Grinch stops the entire town. Like, everyone stops in their tracks. Cars hit each other. It's a killing word in the Who Society. Like Muad'Dib.
You kids and the Grinch.
God, is Cindy Lou just like the anti-vaxxer of the Who community with the Grinch? Like, cause she just sounds like a Grinch truther now.
Oh no, she definitely is, and is a whole society has united in this fake news about the Grinch, and she's the only woke Who really.
Yeah, seriously. Third eye gaping.
Like, and by comparison, the rest of the Who's are just buffoons. They're just like these dumb adults that
Just mouth breathers.
yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see Cindy Lou's pineal gland.
And she's been hitting that Seuss DMT a little hard.
Oh my God! Look at the Grinch's mail skills here.
Yeah, he's very skilled at throwing mail into boxes.
Wrong. Yeah.
I like how Cindy's just like looking around like, what the fuck is this place? Like, what is going on here? Just the disgust in her eyes. And she's looking around the post office room. Damn, that line always gets me. It sends chills down my spine, and it makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up.
Hey, so Joe, we've been watching this and had kind of toyed with the idea of having a drinking game associated with the Grinch. Is that something you're interested in at all?
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
What do you think? What do you think some of the parameters should be?
Well, obviously, every time the Grinch is said, take a sip. Yep.
Okay.
We got characters to revolve it around. We got Cindy Lou. We got Max.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe finish your beer when you're me when Mr. Grinch comes on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Songs.
That's a good
We got
one.
songs to work off of.
What's a scene like right before that, the song? Because we have to have, whatever's right before that, we have to say, like, finish your beer. So we have a, like, open a fresh beer right as the song
Ooh.
starts.
I'm pretty sure it's he gets kicked out of the Hubilation, goes back to his mountain, and then he hatches the plan to become the Grinch. Okay. So I would say as soon as he's on the peak of Mount Crumpet, and he's hit with the revelation, have your beer finished.
Anytime he says wrong-o, we have to finish our beer.
Shots every time. Shots every time Christmas is mentioned.
We're going way too big, way too fast, once. Yeah, you got to butt chug a beer every time Martha May Whovier is on the screen.
All right. When he steals Christmas, we stone cold 2 beers. Clap, clap. Down our throats.
Ooh, Steve Austin. You got to put a vodka tampon up your ass when the mayor wins the holiday cheermeister. I'm just kidding. We're laughing and joking. Please do not try the vodka tampon at home, kids.
Oh, we do not condone drinking over the legal limit.
I don't know about these guys, but I certainly do. I think it would be a great idea. Is you could learn a lesson that alcohol is bad, but you gotta at least do it once, maybe twice, before you learn your lesson.
So you know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, some people never learn the lesson, and they just become burnout alcoholics. But that probably won't happen to you. There's only one way to find out if it's going to happen or not, and that's to just force yourself to do it.
Yeah. Threshold
So-
testing.
Yeah, the official Grinchcast 2000 sponsors this message. Yeah, let us know in the comments below how it went.
It's the classic go too far because then you'll know where it is.
How do you know what to avoid if you don't know what it is in the first place?
Were your parents ever big like Christmas decoration enthusiasts? Did they ever put lights up or anything in the house?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, like my mom went ham this Christmas. She spent 3 full days decorating the entire house, like decking the halls.
Inside and out?
Not outside, just inside.
Just inside? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Do you have any photos? Can we see?
I don't. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm just terrible in that regard.
It's all right.
I should share that. But,
Yeah. I was hoping we could have a nice link in the description of the video.
Dude, but my favorite thing is just decorating the tree. We got some pretty a nice collection of ornaments. My favorite being this action figure my cousin gave me that he just strapped a little fish wire on. He's just
Oh, nice.
a commando with guns, shooting up
that's-
everybody else on the tree.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great. One of my favorite ornaments that my grandparents sent us years ago is just like it's like a turd.
Just
It
Just
was not like one of
feces.
those like perfectly like like ice cream coned like turds, and it's got like some snow sprinkles on it, and it's hilarious to me. I loved it ever since I was a child, and every year I'm like, oh yep, there's the piece of shit,
I love that.
and I always put it like right in center, right in the front of the tree, so you can view it from really any part of the room.
Yeah.
A nice Christmas present from the dog.
Exactly. Just a little surprise. Yeah, a little Yule log.
Does it smell like anything?
Every year, I just take a big shit and I attach some string to it and I put it on my tree.
Petrified
Yeah,
shit.
petrified shit.
Yeah, I just shit in a
bake
plastic
it.
bag and I just pin it to the tree. Just watch it slowly ooze out over the couple weeks.
That fucking reminds me. There's that like the Toys That Made Us documentary on Netflix, and their episode about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. There was a character they made that was just supposed to smell really bad, so they actually like worked with this whole factory and like developed a little like pellet that would give off odor that they would put in every action figure, and they were just like, dude, like people were running out of the factory with their eyes burning, like it was so
Oh my God.
rank. Like, and someone thought, oh, this is a great idea for kids. Kids like poop and farts. Like let's punish the parents this Christmas.
Dude, what was his name? Like Stinkzar or Stinko or something?
Something like that.
Shit brain.
Dude, the Grinch just Ocean 2 this bitch right now. Like, he's got quite the escape hatch coming out of Whoville.
It's really funny because it's like that is the Who's. That's like basically their trash can. It's like, oh, let's just throw our trash in here and dump
He's a
it.
sly one, Mr. Grinch.
Just dump it onto the mountain. I don't even know if they like realize it goes to him. They just their carelessness of the environment is just to dump all of their trash on the side of the mountain.
True. Yeah, maybe they deserve Christmas to be stolen from just because they hate the earth so much. Like that's just irresponsible.
That dude, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. Like,
Yeah,
I think
mean,
these
like,
Who's
the
deserve
Grinch
it.
is just a sympathetic character.
No, I definitely agree that these Who's are just they're idiots. They just
Selfish.
blindly follow the mayor. Selfish, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they really represent the original intention of the Who's that Dr. Seuss had originally intended, but he's dead, so it doesn't matter what he thinks anymore because he doesn't. He's dead. His integrity is out
we
the window.
alluded to it earlier, but I mean, Cindy Lou, she's woke on this early. Like,
Yeah.
She's the only one that's sympathetic, and she
Yeah,
sees
she
the
knows.
errs of their ways.
She's like the Greta Thunberg of
They're Greta Thunberg.
It's like,
Greta,
dude, she's
Greta,
only
Greta
this
Thunberg
shit is
of the
ridiculous.
of Who World.
It's like, this shit is ridiculous, dude. We got a mountain of trash building up. These families are breaking apart at the seams.
Oh God. little music number right now.
We're so carefree.
Oh God.
Now nothing's easy. Does
Christmas change or just
Beautiful song.
It's a great single to have on the movie.
I can't
sure.
participate in that with the bass in my voice. Like that wouldn't work on this pod.
Sure wish I could have a 7-inch of whatever she was spinning. It was red, limited edition, looks like. Oh well.
Don't worry though, dude. Your bass will
Dude.
suit the Grinch song perfectly.
He hates Mayor Who.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
yeah. Like he's got his like. It's like the old like classic cartoon trope of the anime face on the dartboard. He just
Seriously.
like flings trash at him every day. But it makes sense.
Do they ever? Or I don't want to spoil the movie, but like, do they ever explain his deep-rooted hate for Mayor Who?
Oh yeah.
I mean, anybody watching at this point will have, I would hope, have seen The Grinch. I mean,
I don't remember it. I don't. This is seriously like a virgin experience for me.
No, I mean, anybody watching this podcast.
Oh,
I
okay.
hope by this point in time, they've
Of course.
at least seen The Grinch. But maybe they haven't. Maybe they're just
All right, you
listening
can just
to
listen to my reactions.
our words.
But he seriously hates that guy.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows the people that'll stumble upon this podcast in 20,
Of course.
300 years? Look at how small the Grinch's lungs are. They're like really weak and fragile. They're almost like falling off at this point. It just goes to show, no matter how many times you watch this movie, you'll never get all the details.
It's all that unfiltered Who hash that he's
Yeah, I mean, like, what?
taking in, and like a fork. There's like a fork in his lungs too. Like
I mean, when trash is the only thing on your mountain, I don't know how you can grow your lungs or your heart for that matter.
I'm so glad I didn't have to learn and integrate faxing into my life, as much as I thought as a kid, for business. Now I'm glad it's like, oh yeah, take a picture of it and email me.
Yeah, for real.
How do you think that they did that sock scene? Was it just intricate wires, smoke, and mirrors, or because those were actual socks? Did they really just wear them a certain amount of time to where they would actually just crawl away? The mold has just grown to a point where it not only has a mind of its own, but it's gotten so sick of its own stench that it attempts to crawl away from the feet that it was born in.
I think it's all the microscopic Who's living in his sock that are crawling away.
Cheeky echo. Man.
Like that shit would be unnerving.
Seriously.
My own cave is mocking me.
Do you think that's real?
Have to
Do
eat
you think
glass.
that's real or just his own delusion?
Oh.
Is he just hearing it in his own head? Maybe he's schizo.
Now that's the kind of thinking that we need on this podcast. That's a good question.
Mental illness is a very real issue, and I
Yeah, and I mean, I would think that spending about 40 years in a cave alone,
Eating
you
trash.
would probably develop eating trash. just being around the fumes of toxic sludge and whatever other, entities that float off of
Yeah.
Whoville, you would probably develop some sort of irregular senses and mental states.
I mean, he's gotten to a point where he can fully understand Max. Like, he can understand the dog's barks. Like, he's
Right.
so devoid of
Oh my
human
God.
or who interaction.
Yeah, dogs can't talk.
Chalk that up as my biggest issue with this movie.
This isn't even realistic.
This isn't real.
This isn't realistic. Jesus Christ.
Are you kidding me? He's talking to the dog. All right, that's where I draw the line. Like a small, like a city or town.
I take it
on
back.
a
Dogs
snowflake.
are definitely humans.
Yeah, I don't know about this movie, guys. Just kidding. I do know about this movie.
Oh, Baby Grinch.
That's a pretty cute-ass baby Grinch.
Baby Grinch or Baby Yoda?
Ooh. Both green, both babies,
Both cute.
both cute. Isn't Baby Yoda technically like 50 in the show, though?
Yes.
Because he's a 900-year-old being in the... Well, I mean,
That's
they're not
true.
the same Yoda. We're just... society's calling him Baby Yoda. Well, I mean, I guess unconfirmed, right, at this point? It's just... I don't even know if they mention what species Yoda is in Star Wars, so I
don't know. I'm not too familiar with the Star Wars cinematic universe, like
Okay.
the backstory.
I think you're hiding something. I think you're hiding something from us. I think you do know, but you just don't want to tell us. But that's okay.
It's
the
sworn
way
to
I
secrecy.
it's the way I prefer it. I just want to
Secret.
let you know.
Is it secret? Is it safe? I'll say the things that Baby Grinch and Baby Yoda got right. Practical puppets. Not
Oh, for
CG.
sure.
Because
Yeah.
it looks beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. CG's the fakest thing in the world. Like, get the mechanical baby in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In this movie, I have to appreciate it. It has very subtle but effective use of CG. Like, they have a few very tiny Who's running around that are like a foot tall, but, not too distracting. A few things here and there.
I never realized the look on all the other Who students' faces. They're all just like, huh? They just look really confused and almost like in pain a little bit at learning about this Santa Claus.
Do you think they learn about Santa in school? Like it's a mandatory class or mandatory period they have to take?
Yeah, I mean there was like a sleigh on the chalkboard just now. I think that they are. Hold on, let's see. Come on, show me the fucking chalkboard. Come on. Oh jeez, yeah, of course now. Oh jeez. Come on.
Martha's my girlfriend. Oh boy, the origin story.
This is arguably the saddest part of the movie for me. God.
Yeah, some viewings I just kind of close my eyes during this part of the story because I really like a happy Grinch all around.
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey. That wasn't convincing. She had for the Grinch.
Oh yeah, as soon as she was like, ooh, the red and the green.
How do you even get caught so much in your own like memories that you imagine that this little girl asked if you had a crush on the Grinch? Like, how did she even how did she get to that point? She really must have a thing for that green
Yeah,
son of a
every
bitch.
Christmas just thinking about him.
Oh my God, that's a good point. Do you think that because Cindy Lou is going around kind of investigating the Grinch, but Martha Mayhew, to uphold this crush and thing for the Grinch, she has to like masturbate to the thought of him every Christmas
Ooh.
or something along those lines.
Let me see that hairy Grinch dick. Let me see those green hairy balls. Oh, sorry, kids.
This is almost a horror movie. I like the bullying. The bullying just really bums me out. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it honestly is. I can relate to it. You know, I was bullied, growing up because of my huge dick. But you know, well, joke's on them. 'Cause who's laughing now? It's me.
Your dick.
Oh. This is what I used to do in high school. I just put a paper bag over my head.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I put a paper bag over my crotch.
Ooh.
Whammo. Now I feel the Grinch, though. There's been a couple. I mean, you know, you don't become a master shaver overnight. You know, it takes a while to understand the contours of your face, the grain on your beard. And I don't know, I've had early shaves that were this bad that I had to put a bag over it. Oh, here we go.
Oh. Oh boy.
Look at that hack job.
Oh man. Poor kid.
Right?
Poor kid. He's just got too much tea. It's just like who else has that much hair that young?
The muscles.
Dude, she loved the Grinch.
No, yeah, she's hot and
loved
bothered by the Grinch. Once you go Grinch,
Once you go green, you don't go bad.
yeah.
I can confirm that one.
Little Hulk dick.
Oh. Well, it's got to be green and hairy. A smooth green is just a little too weird for me.
Yeah.
Not Grinchy enough.
Strong enough to climb a fucking mountain. Jesus.
Yeah, so
This kid is a fucking superhero.
this is some like deject 8-year-old climbing like a snowy, blizzardy mountain, about to start his own life.
I don't think I've ever been determined to do something as much as he was to like hate Christmas and climb that mountain and get back at the Who's.
Yeah, right. Dude. Have you ever been hit up by someone at work like, oh, let's go hang out this weekend? Oh, what do you want to do? Let's go like hike a mountain. No,
Dude, look at that mountain.
yeah,
That's just a sheer rock face. Like,
You've just never been fueled by hatred before. You know that scene
That's
in
true.
Star Wars where
True.
the Emperor's like, "Let the hate flow through you."
you
That's
strike
where,
me down.
yeah, that's
Your path
where
to the dark side will be complete.
that's where I find all my inspiration, and just really my foot ahead in life is letting the anger just course through my veins.
I mean, the only time I channel my hate is towards myself and my dick. Like,
I haven't tried that yet.
just whoop my meat relentlessly.
Well, learn a lot watching the Grinch.
Sorry, I'm unashamed.
no, dude, loud and proud. I feel you.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sometimes I go outside my house and yell into the night as well. All my least favorite neighbors.
Yeah, sometimes when I drive by my ex-girlfriend's house, I just scream, "I hate you!" right out the window as I drive by. And I always wonder if they hear me.
Just immediately get a text, Nate, did you just drive by my house? I don't know who else would have done that in the style of the Grinch.
Sometimes when it's raining, I just like to go on my porch, just yell, "Rebecca, come back!" Then my neighbors come out and they look confused at me, like, "What?"
Dude, Google fries. I was just paying attention now with the subs on to that song that they're singing. I would love to have some Google fries. That sounds like a good Seuss dish. Good Seuss, at least a starter, before the roast beast is the main course.
So Google is like a very, very large number, right? So is that just like
So
a large abundance of fries, almost an unlimited amount of fries, just Google fries? Because that sounds. I mean, I don't know how many French fries can you guys eat before you're like, oh God, why do people eat potatoes? Usually it's about like 7 for me.
I don't know. I probably could eat a Google fries. I probably could. Like, I mean, I kind of want to try some Whoville cuisine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you don't know what like these flavors are like in Whoville. Who even knows if their fries are the same as our fries?
True.
Made out of
What
some
do you
weird
think it
new
would be
vegetable.
like?
What?
What do you think the cuisine would be like? What for the foodies out there?
Oh, the who cuisine?
Yeah.
Oh man. They'd have a bunch of wild dishes, I bet, like roast.
I mean, it's like Dr. Seuss.
roast
Like,
fizzles.
it's gonna be like green eggs and ham. Like it's gonna be just the most colorful, like off the beaten path shit. Like
Yeah, we've got the our plate here, the Technicolored.
they probably only have purple ketchup.
Simpa slop. Yeah, think of how many colors do you think the Who's seeing? They probably don't exist in a tricolored universe. They can probably see radio waves.
Yeah, they got a C-bone steak. Yeah, ever since you mentioned, Mark, that you were like taking a look at some of the the who's in the background of just really trying to focus in on them and just really make eye contact with some of these who's. Try to connect to them through the film.
I will say the downside of that, though, is sometimes I see some extra and I'm like, come on, dude, what is that face for? Like, there's one guy that just has this, like, doofusy, like, open-mouth grin every time he's on screen, like he's witnessed a murder. I'm like, tone it down a bit, dude. You're an extra, like. It's like, that's why you didn't get speaking lines, dude. Like.
Yeah, right, like your role is already determined. Like your face isn't gonna. Like Ron Howard isn't gonna look at you. Oh man, Jim, you're out. We gotta get this guy in.
Some hot Harrison Ford success story. Like, yeah, I was just the light operator, and then I stepped in front of the camera, and they're like, yeah, here's $1 million. You're the best actor we've ever seen.
You're great as the Who extra number 3.
Yeah. Christmas clock, old, young, big, small.
Oh my God! Did it? That clock is he in 3-dimensional time?
Oh my God! The Grinch is a 4th-dimensional creature. He sees the manifolds.
Oh my God!
Because with his level of intellect, I mean, he's an engineer for one. He's a great engineer.
Absolutely.
Like this guy's making renewable.
He's transcended
Who
space
energy.
and time. Oh God, she's got the same determination as the Grinch here.
Yeah, they're very analogous characters.
Yeah, this is harder than
Grinch and the
Candleback
Who.
Mountain here. I mean, she's got big steps there. Fuck.
Some scenes like this, I wonder if they put it in mostly for the kids because they're kind of like, we're getting a little political, we're getting a little, religious here.
Let's throw in some wackiness, like insert it. Just some gongs and cymbals.
It's like have them slip on a banana peel, have them fart, just a bunch.
Yeah, they're for every minute that the mayor's on screen, we gotta have 3 minutes of Grinch antics to make up for it. Here we see Cindy getting a first look at the Grinch. Honestly, probably the first Who to ever enter the Grinch's lair. I'm surprised Max isn't head over heels to see somebody other than the Grinch for once.
No, I mean Max is probably a good boy, but terrible guard dog. Like she just strolled in there. Like she couldn't smell. He couldn't smell that or detect.
He doesn't give a fuck.
What the hell?
He's staying out of it. He's like, oh shit.
He's just one of those dogs that loves attention. He's just people. He's very social. Grinch doesn't.
At this point, he's like, I've had it with 40 years of this fucking dude,
Just happy to see somebody. Dude, what's Max's origin story? Where did he come from?
We've talked about that, and it honestly, I think a powerful contender for this story is, I mean, although a little depressing, is maybe someone just put him in the chute.
Away?
Threw the dog away.
Oh. Makes the Grinch even more sympathetic then.
Oh yeah.
True rescue.
It's either that or he was just wandering about aimlessly on the snowflake, and the Grinch was like, "Hey, what's up? You alone too? All right."
I think I believe that one more because Max is too cute to be
I don't know, man.
Throwaway, like a castaway. Do you meet these people that have these adorable rescue animals?
I don't know. I mean, do you see any other Who with a pet? Do you see any other animals? No.
Yeah, so that even more so. I think he's a miracle for the Grinch.
What if the Who's are they're real happy and cheery, but their one thing is that they absolutely hate animals. They just kill any animal that they see.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them with the way they treated the Grinch.
And some kid was like, "Oh my God, little puppy dog, I don't want you to die. I'm gonna save you by throwing you away in the dump." Rather than getting brutally murdered by the mayor.
First, fuck the Who's.
Yeah, fuck these Who's.
Yeah, dude, the Who's are honestly, they're all bitches.
Who do they think they are? Holiday Hooby Wuddy. Award.
Have you guys ever known people that watched way too much Jim Carrey, or even Chris Farley movies where they'd just take on that personality?
I think
the way they act?
I've met a few people that's why we became friends, but I always felt like I was a little Carrey reserved. I'd let them do their thing.
Yeah,
way too expressive with everything.
I know somebody like that. It's me.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't even want to know how many times we watch The Mask the other 11 months of the year.
Hey, I love that movie, and I love Jim Carrey too. I love Jim Carrey too, but sometimes
I would
There's
say
a guy from my high school who watched too many Chris Farley movies, and he basically turned into Chris Farley. And it's
well, see, I don't let somebody else's identity consume me. I let
that's what I'm saying though.
The small amount of
way
influence.
too influenced by a singular person.
I mean, I've been doing this my whole life. I've been obsessing over certain things my whole life.
So you're kindred spirits with Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's more I've got a nice hold on my own identity.
That's not what I'm saying though. Like people who are just way too obsessed and just kind of take it's not them. They're just doing an impression the entire time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, no, I don't really associate with those types.
I have a couple friends that are like that, and
Yeah, like
I can only take it so much.
some kid sits down in high school chemistry class right in front of the projector, just like in Ace Ventura 2, like, oh, excuse me, like, dude, it was funny in the movie, but
Yeah.
like, come up with your own jokes. Yeah, we keep remarking on this. How oblivious are these parents? Like, she's been gone for hours. And, you know, she gets flung out of the trash chute, and he's
Yeah,
like,
that's
oh, stop making snow angels. Like, it's all this, like, dumb, like, kid stuff. Like,
It's Home Alone level.
It's
Oh God, that movie's that's not a Christmas movie. That's just about like bad parenting.
oh, my, yeah, right?
Yeah,
Because, yeah, I mean, you know, they do a quick head count. Yeah, it's a big family. But,
it just happens to be during Christmas.
yeah, hell, yeah. It's the one through line in all these Christmas movies is that Christmas is the biggest conflict. Normal family antics, but Christmas just exacerbates it.
Yeah, there's just something about Christmas that makes these characters just pin it on Christmas when it's really something within themselves. It's like they're like, oh well, here's this holiday that everybody loves. I'm gonna use that as an excuse to hate everybody and to just channel my energy towards this holiday that is really irrelevant to why I'm feeling this way. But you know, here we are.
Yeah.
You know, really, Christmas is meaningless. But it's given us quite a bit of great things. It's quite a phenomenon. I really don't understand just holidays in general. You know, what's the deal with special days that everybody
I
collectively...
just like the days off work, man. Like,
Well, yeah, no, that's great. No,
that-
don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful for him. I just don't get it. I'm not asking any questions. Don't get me wrong. I'll accept the presents, the parties, and the time off work, and you know all the stuff that comes with it. But you know.
it's inserting more meaning than there has to be. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I shied away from Christmas a little bit, maybe growing up, but I would say growing up even more, like to this age, I see the benefit of it. You know, it is nice to kind of break up the soul-crushing monotony of the calendar year with like, oh, maybe here's a moment where I can, you know, kind of party with all these strangers and it'll be a fun time. Instead of just sitting alone in my cave with my dog. Have you ever debated with yourself like this about going to social events?
Every day. Oh yeah, I'm in my own head, just like the Grinch.
Going to work.
Again,
going to
relatable
school.
character, like sympathetic. Yeah, the Grinch is us.
It's like any time I am trying to get out of bed, I'm like, yes, no,
Yeah.
no.
Do I call out sick?
But
Yes,
like I
no,
have
yes,
to.
no, yes.
No.
Oh yeah.
Snooze. And then I wake up. It's like, oh shit! I have 60 seconds to get in my car, or I will be late.
It's like, yeah, right. It's like that SpongeBob kind of trope where, you know, as a kid you're watching it, you feel like SpongeBob or Cindy Lou in this case, but the older you get, you're like, I'm the Grinch now. Like, I'm watching this from the Grinch's perspective. Ugh.
Oh boy. Hey now. Whoa.
Sorry, landed right in your dirty pillows.
Titties.
Yeah, just that zoom in shot right into the cleavage. Cameraman's like, yeah, no, it was a little blurry. Can we take about 5 more of this?
Here's one for the adults. Let's go to speak.
Hot crowd, hot crowd.
I love how a part of the Grinch remembers the two, like, old ladies that raised him. You know, we don't really see any, like, you know, Grinch at home time as, you know, a small child, besides, you know, the scenes where he's creating the present. But, you know, no time with the two adults, but he does remember them.
Yeah.
And he is surprised that they are indeed still living.
That's a sick sweater.
Please, Mr. Grinch. My mom told me that she was going to make me a Grinch sweater next year.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the ultimate Christmas present.
That's what I was saying. I was
Yeah.
like, Mom, I don't deserve you.
Oh.
I'm too much of a Grinch to have this sweater. Yeah, so next year, once the podcast comes up around, we'll be showing off our Grinch sweaters.
Nice. Well, what is it? Oh, wait, you did it. Somebody put something in my mouth and tell me,
Oh, God.
this is not cocaine.
It literally is one of my favorite lines. This is not pudding.
Well, what is it? Just your jizz or something? Like Jesus. Like,
Yeah, I've said that line in the band hallway a couple times. This is not pudding.
Fudge Judge. These lines.
Just abusive feeding, like. Dude, the only thing that bothered me about this scene, so they're doing the slow motion with that, whatever that song is in the background, that like inspirational kind of runner song, but they have like the exact same scene in Bruce Almighty. Do you remember that?
Oh,
Where
another
he's,
Jim
like,
Carrey film.
Yeah, he's like running down this
Yeah.
line of kids like pouring milk in all their glasses for his cookie story, but it's like an exact like
That's a
copy
good
of that
observation.
scene.
Do you know which film came first? Probably
This one.
this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, clearly.
Maybe because it works so well. You just, hey, maybe try it again.
No movie can beat The Grinch. I would say, because we've listened to the exclusive Ron Howard commentary a couple times now, and I believe most of the lines from Jim Carrey during the Jubilation are just about all ad-libbed. I wouldn't be surprised if like 50% of his lines are ad-libbed, to be honest with you.
Was he nominated for an Oscar?
That's a good question. I know there were a bunch of I know they won a lot of like makeup and set design awards, but I don't know. That's a good question. Let me do a quick little search here.
Because I mean, I think he's definitely deserving,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
you know, I could see some some really serious actors in the same category, just getting like the Grinch. He's getting it for the Grinch. It's like, dude, I did a method acting where I starved myself for a month and only ate fava beans, and this guy's getting it for the Grinch.
Jim Carrey ate trash for 2 months preparing for this role. I mean, like, what was the 2000 Oscar Best Picture? Was it like Leo for Titanic? What the hell?
Oh God, look at this shade, dude.
Say no.
Proposing to his eighth. Well, I guess.
Hold on. Oh my goodness.
We're watching the proposal.
She's doing the Grinch. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
All right, so how many awards do you think this movie won?
30.
How many awards is this movie allowed to win?
Oh well, because it won 18 and it was nominated for 37.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so I'll just go down the list here. The Academy Awards in 2001, it won Best Makeup, and it was a nominee for Best Costume Design and Best Art Direction / Set Direction.
Wow.
Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture. It was Jim Carrey was a nominee at the Golden Globes. The BAFTA Awards, Best Makeup and Hair was a winner. Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror. It was a nominee for Best DVD Special Edition release. Interesting. Another Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror films. Winner, Best Music for James Horner, and Best Makeup. And it was nominated for Best Fantasy Film, Best Actor, Best Performance by a Young Actor, Best Director, Best Costumes, and Best Special Effects. Wow. The Art Directors Guild, it was nominated for Period of Fantasy Film. The Film and Television Music Awards, the ASCAPs, a winner for Top Box Office Film. Award Circuit Community Awards, Best Makeup. Let's see. Blockbuster Entertainment gave Jim Carrey. He won the Favorite Actor Award.
I haven't seen much from that one in a while.
God.
The Blockbuster Awards.
Costume Designer Guild Awards, Excellence in Period/Fantasy Film. A lot of nominees: Best Actor, Best Action Family Movie, Hollywood Makeup Artist. Guild Awards, Best Special Effects Makeup, Best Innovative Hairstyling, which is an interesting award. Favorite movie actor winner was Kids' Choice Awards.
Ooh.
MTV.
Kids, where the kids choose.
Dude.
Where the kids choose. It's our choice.
Our choice.
We're the kids. We're the kids. Our choice.
And we choose Jim Carrey! No, but MTV.
The children have spoken.
MTV.
Oh, he's getting lit.
Oh, yo, dude.
Yeah,
Here we go.
toasty.
All right, now this got to be a shot scene. No, where
Yeah,
he takes
of
a
course,
swig,
of
that's
course,
got to be a
of
shot.
course.
Do we have a shot we can take?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, no,
Speedy
we
fire.
gotta take a shot for that good stuff.
Well, all I know is MTV Awards gave Jim Carrey Best Villain Award.
Ooh.
I like that. Well, no, I don't like that. He's the protagonist.
Yeah, he's the hero. Anti-hero, maybe. All I'm saying is, dude, when Nate brought up that it won 18 awards, I was like, holy shit, like this shit almost beat out Return of the King. But I didn't realize it was like spread out between all of them.
All right, we don't really know for a shot, but we got some swibs.
All right, a swig for the Grinch.
Yeah, we got some Maker's Grinch for the Grinch viewing.
All right.
Taking a shot/swib of Maker's Grinch for the tree burning scene where the Grinch himself just devours this man's alcohol flask.
Cheers.
Cheers. You did the right thing.
Cheers to the Grinch.
May I take a swig of that?
And cheers to the Grinch.
My whistle?
Woo. Woo, 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 woo. Oh God, that's my good stuff. Woo. Oh yeah, for all you kids at home, we were just taking swibs of whiskey.
He means to say Kool-Aid. What the cool kids drink.
Yeah. Capri Sun.
Just some Maker's Kool-Aid.
Oh my God.
I can't tell. I can't tell if that's siren.
That was like a go-kart? Getting a fire hydrant?
I couldn't tell if those sirens were from the movie
See
or
why I
from our
wanted awards for
neighborhood.
special effects.
Yeah, right. This 2-foot tall car like takes out like half the neighborhood.
This is a Michael Bay movie.
Running this on pure uranium. Oh God, dude, the so disappointed
Cindy
talk.
Lou? It's gonna make me cry.
It's one thing to get the so disappointed talk from your parents, but from the mayor of your town in front of the town, you've disappointed the city.
Yeah, he's just trying to embarrass Cindy Lou. That's some like bullying. Consistent theme in this.
Okay, look at his eyes. I don't think he has contacts in this second. Like, dude.
Oh,
dude.
wow.
Dude,
Hawkeye over here.
Goof spotted, dude. No, yeah, no yellow contacts in that scene.
Damn.
I'll just say it's the only one we've ever been able to point out. This movie is on point. That dude's sitting up there, pulling a lever every second.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
And I think we did confirm through watching the credits that man is related to Ron Howard. It's like Cletus Howard or some bullshit
Really?
like that. Yeah, I know that the old man.
Oh, more low brass. Sorry.
The old man who's like, that's my good stuff. That's actually Ron Howard's dad, that he shoehorned into the film.
Jeez.
And that the Clockwork Who is, I think, his name in the credits is
I'm glad to
something.
hear it's a
Howard.
family project.
Honestly, yeah, he's like, hey, like, let's just get the family together. Let's throw him in the film. I don't give a fuck what the Universal Studios says. It's my movie. I'll put whoever I want in here. I'll adopt Jim Carrey. He's my son now. It's a family-fledged movie. Got my dopey-looking brother, my old dad, my cousin I throw up by the clock. I love my family.
All right, so we're approaching the song, which means we got to chug, right?
Get some beers ready.
Did you just open one?
I did. We all just opened one, didn't we?
Yeah, kind of. No.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Just a message from Grinchcast 2000. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to watch the Grinch and do the Grinch drinking game, just fall asleep wherever you are.
Yeah, don't watch a movie while you're driving. I think that would probably be a good place to start. If you want to have like a couple sips of alcohol, like, you're probably fine, but don't just watch a fucking full-ass movie while you're driving. I think that's way more dangerous. Like, texting and driving is one thing, but watching a movie, like, if you were to listen to it, that's okay. But watching it, like, come on.
Dude, it's the old saying that, I've realized as the years go on. Texting and driving is exactly like drinking and driving. It's only bad unless you're really good at it. Oh, shit. All right.
Awful idea.
Boy. What are you going to do? What are you doing?
What's he going to do? What's he going to do?
What's he gonna do with a baseball bat?
Oh, well. He's cutting out a red cloth. I don't know what this means.
So, is it after the song? During? Are we singing? Singing and drinking?
Let's sing and then chug in the middle. You're a mean one,
Mr. Grinch.
You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus and as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel.
Just face the music.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch.
Yes, you are.
Your
Heart's an empty hole.
Your brain
is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch.
I
wouldn't touch you with a
39
39 and a half foot pole. All right, quick break in the song. Start chugging, boys.
I'm getting asthma flashbacks.
Oh,
Jesus.
this better be done by the end of the song.
I'm not much of a chugger myself. Yeah, I'm a man of taste. I like to, enjoy my sips.
I like to get every iota flavor out of this Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Drinking our local macro
Yeah,
brew.
if you know how to chug beers, you're an alcoholic and you have a problem.
Good thing I've never chugged in my life.
Yeah, this is my first time, guys.
Yeah.
I'm a little new.
This is my first time watching The Grinch and first time drinking. So,
What's alcohol?
Termites
in
your smile. You have all the tender sweetness of a sweet crocodile, Mr. Grinch.
Between I take the
Seasick crocodile.
Guys, I'll be honest. I've been keeping up with the drinking game rules, and I think I'm going to be Grinch by the end of this. Why did we do this on a Monday?
Oh, it is Monday.
Oh, the things I did for Grinch.
Yeah, you fans want the content. I'm giving it to you.
Nobody asked for this podcast. Nobody is even watching it, but
No,
we're
you
still
all
doing
asked
it.
for this. I'm giving it to you.
Yeah, we asked.
Yeah, we're going to have a link to the Patreon so you could cover our liver transplants.
Yeah, we're the only ones watching this podcast. we make an episode. We make an episode and we just watch it and we're like, wow, that was funny, and then we just keep watching it over and over again. Oh, jeez. I mean, I don't know if that's sad or what.
Who needs another Pabst after that song?
I do.
Too late.
Teacher.
That'll be mine.
More Ovaltine, please.
Oh, God. Wow, there's some pretty good palm detail on the Grinch's hand there in that scene. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, I mean, this tracking shot, too,
Dude,
is
honestly-
incredible. Like, the
All right.
cinematography.
All right, hear me out. I wanna take a screenshot of that scene where the Grinch's palm is there, and I wanna have somebody read the Grinch's palm. Do you think that they just like painted?
You're saying reading the lines?
Yeah. Because
Oh.
there was a shot just now that you could like clearly see his lines. Do you think that it's all right? I got two theories. Either one, it's just Jim Carrey's palm, which in that case we would get Jim Carrey's fortune told, or it's the makeup team did some sort of palm makeup for it, and then we get the true Grinch's. Oh, fuck. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
What is that hat? Sorry, I'm like.
If
the
you're a gypsy,
WSS
contact.
Whoville?
Yeah, WSS Whoville. We're convinced
Dude.
he might just be doing a Ron Howard impersonation there, just some director on set. But ironically too.
Sorry, and as an aside, back to the palm reading. I was just drawn to the hat.
Oh yeah.
It looked like one of those World War II hats.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, there's probably some astrology technician on set that's we gotta add this line on his palm because he's
Oh,
a
of
little malevolent.
Oh, you said it, engineering whiz kid. This is incredible. Look at the thrust on this sleigh.
Yeah, dude. Every other Grinch movie, he just slides down. He has made a hover.
Dude, I love this
rocket ship.
iteration of the Grinch.
On vomiting Blitzkrieg.
What is Blitzkrieg? Isn't that some sort of World War II bomb?
Oh, no, that's isn't that like a military maneuver where they just surprise the enemy and they surprise the tanks?
Yeah. I forgot if it was the the bad guys or the good guys.
It's a
that
Nazi
used that.
surprise.
Was the oh no.
Nazi surprise.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I
yeah.
mean,
just remember that, kids, when you hear this. Nazis are very bad. Don't do any blitzkriegs.
Yeah, disavow.
Disavow.
It only took 6 episodes for us to get talking about Nazis. I'm a little surprised. I think we did pretty good. 6 episodes to get into Nazi talk. Because, honestly, I was holding back the first episode. Honestly, almost as soon as the movie started, I was just, and break!
Well, let's not cannonball into the topic now.
No. I'm talking about previous. No. Yeah. We're on the same page.
Yeah, for those that aren't watching at home with the subtitles, yeah, instead of his on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen, he says Thrasher, something, Vomit, and Blitzkrieg. Clearly just, rhyming words. The Grinch doesn't care. But he'll get into character for one night. He's Santa tonight.
The old Grinchy claws hissed, and he climbed to the roof with empty bags in his fist. He'd slide down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could the Grinch.
Were those a bunch of Christmas neckties that he's tying himself with?
The ones he didn't hang himself with.
Oh God. Oh, God. Look at that. Holy.
Dude, the Grinch needs to be an Olympic diver.
Yeah, Whoville diver. Jeez.
What sort of sports do you think that the Who's must be into? Because they've got to have some crazy-ass sports teams.
I mean, they look like broom ballers, for one.
I don't know. I definitely see the Who's as like some sort of like Harry Potter like Quidditch bullshit. Like not
Bullshit.
not Quidditch, not Quidditch.
Bullshit.
No,
What,
no,
like, it's
no,
not
no,
real?
no, no, no. I'm saying like they've got their own stupid version of a great sport.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're reading me all wrong here. You're reading me all wrong.
You
I
make-
love Harry Potter, and I love Dumbleman, and Cerberus Snipe.
I think, because, I mean, a lot of their society is based off of our shit with just a Who twist. So they probably got, like, Brimbleball and, like...
some version
Who's
of maybe some version of like curling, like where they like toss like inanimate objects.
Oh, yeah.
At a target.
They've got Fusilipagus, their version of football. They tossed a roast beast down the field. Yeah, maybe instead of like running of the bulls, they have running of the roast beasts, where like a bunch of beasts like are running at them. Careful, honey.
Do you think there was a Who 9/11?
Oh,
Well, not in this one. This was actually in 2000. This movie existed in 2000, so not yet. I think in the 2018 Grinch, maybe, because that's why that one's a little more tame, and they're like, oof. Well, we might want to step away from this topic.
yeah. I'm not.
I'm not gonna. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, you guys aren't touching that with
I
a
will
39.5-foot pole, huh? Yeah, I'll follow suit. Did I say ISIS? I meant, I don't even have a good comeback for that one. Well, here we have the Grinch and Cindy Lou's house.
All right, who would win in a fight, Cat in the Hat or the Grinch?
Oh, we've talked about this.
Really?
Yeah, we've. What did we? It was.
I think Cat in the Hat would win.
I think that's what we said because at least
Cat in
in
the
that
Hat
movie,
like just pulls crazy shit out of his head.
that's exactly what we were. Yeah, like
He's like Looney Tunes.
he's got like this reality bending power that's like
Yeah.
hard to factor into physical strength or prowess. That I think that he just has an unfair
But
advantage.
like you mentioned the engineering cunning that he has. Like he could be like that like Tony Stark type of.
Yeah, like Tony Stark. Yeah,
capability?
he just needs to know what the threat is, and then you give him a day, and he'll
Sure, like
finish it.
Batman. He's like the Batman of the Dr. Seuss universe.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah. It's just like Endgame. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know how to solve this. Oh, someone mentioned time travel. Yeah, I invented it. yeah. Here's time travel. Look.
When he's got Baxter to help him too.
Yeah,
Or not
yeah.
Baxter, Max. Sorry, mixing up dogs.
I see some parallels though between Baxter and
I heard.
Max.
I read a Reddit thread that Baxter got kicked into the Dr. Seuss universe though. He did not show up in Milwaukee.
Bark twice if you're in Whoville. But yeah, you're right. It's like, it's like the classic meme question of like, who would win in a fight, Predator or Home Alone?
Home Alone.
Like,
Yes.
what is it? Kevin from Home Alone.
Kevin
And
from
the
Home Alone.
question is, how long does Kevin have to prepare?
All right,
but
well,
here's the
hold
thing,
on.
though.
Let's
Oh,
ask
yeah.
that one. Kevin from Home Alone or the Grinch?
Ooh.
Both engineers. Come on. Take your time.
Now
Take your
it's-
time.
no.
Answer later. Think about it.
No, okay.
I will say, in the 2018 version of the Grinch, we did almost see a similar parallel to this question, where Cindy Lou is kind of making a trap to capture Santa, and the then 2018 Grinch does.
Cindy Lou's like
yeah,
the Kevin.
yeah, but Cindy Lou in that movie is nowhere near like the levels of Home Alone. Like she's a weak little girl compared to.
Like
I mean, I wouldn't say
Could I beat
weak.
her up?
I would say she's
could I beat up Cindy Lou from 2018 Grinch?
Would I beat her up?
No, could.
Oh yeah, no,
No, not would. Sorry, disavow. I would not beat up Cindy Lou ever.
No, never.
Yeah, it's not a question of if I could or not. It's if I would or not.
No, this is a question. I think what we were talking about is Cindy Lou. I mean, she's very nice, in her trap with the Grinch. Kevin is just. He's a masochist. Like,
Seriously.
It's not even like I'm gonna capture these.
Dude,
he
he was out for blood. Like he's trying to kill him. Like.
It's like, dude, when would it ever occur in a normal person's mind to like put a hot iron right on someone's
All right,
face?
I know these robbers are coming, so let's throw a bowling ball in their face, or no, not a bowling ball. It was a can of paint. Like,
here I've got the perfect thing. Yeah, they're gonna step into the room and trigger this balloon that pops sarin gas into the air.
exactly, dude. Like,
Are you guys trying to defend? Are you guys defending the robbers? You're like, hey, come on, Kevin, have a little heart.
Fair enough, but like
I'm
I mean,
just like capture them for the
well,
police. Don't inflict.
Hey, we're trying not to get
Geneva
controversial
Convention.
here, but are we?
I don't know about you, but if somebody's breaking into my
So
home,
you're
I'm
a
gonna
proponent
straight
for
up,
stand your ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna straight up I'm gonna kill him. No, never mind. I'm not even gonna go there.
Abort this
Yeah.
this question. I regret it.
Lovely weather we're having. It is.
you tell me.
Not snowing out here.
For the audience, I'm wearing shorts and short sleeves.
Yeah,
and
I'm wearing
about
like
to
8
strip
layers.
down because it's
Yeah,
getting
that's
hot
your
in here.
first strike. Yeah, take off your shirt for that one.
Hell yeah! All right, slowly. ASMR. The strip tease.
Dude, yeah, I need some like burlesque Mr. Grinch while he does.
Yeah.
You're a mean one.
I'm currently
Mr.
unemployed,
Grinch.
and that's currently what I do for a living anyway. So I just strip.
You're a cam boy.
Yeah. If you want to check out my OnlyFans, it's Joe Only Lives 1X.
We had a discussion in one of our previous episodes. If I were to get hair implants and make myself look like the Grinch,
What implants?
hair implants, like if I basically surgically made myself look like Jim Carrey's the Grinch, would I be able to make a living off of like web streaming services, like sexually? I think yes.
Sexually?
Yeah.
Oh
like a-
yeah, I think.
See,
I think
that's
so.
what I'm saying.
Dude,
That's
there's
what-
a lot of furries out there that
Oh
probably have
yeah.
Grinch
Oh
fetishes.
yeah. And like furries that love the Grinch, they're like, holy fuck, like.
Dude, I bet there are people who they masturbate to this movie. Like I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Rule 34, definitely. But here's the thing, though. I don't know if you guys heard. There was a big controversy in the furry community over the new Cats movie. They were saying they were pissed at it because they looked too like realistic, like two humans, and they couldn't fap to it. It's like, yeah, dude, the furry community's like, let's be clear. We like animals as animals. These weird humanoid animals. Ugh. That's gross.
Yeah,
They're
humanoid.
not even doing it right.
Humanoid looking figures, yeah, we can't get off to that. What are we? Humans?
What's the point?
Oh god. That's bizarre. I'll never understand the furry community. I don't hate them. I don't like them.
I'm curious. I'm curious. I don't understand either, but I would like to talk to someone and understand.
Dude, we've always talked about how fun it would be to go to like one fur con because shit gets wild there.
I'm sure.
Like they straight up like had a fur con canceled because of just like drug use, like defacing of public property, and disturbing the peace. Shit goes down at FurCon.
Listen, I'm a yellow dog Democrat, but like I do want to go to a Trump rally and just like observe. Just people
what
watch.
are these?
Just
what are
people
these
watch.
species like?
Just people
at the
watch.
Trump
Like,
rally.
it's fascinating.
Talk about animals. Impeach.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna say he might be a little too late for one of the rallies, but then again, I don't know. He'd probably be running rallies after he gets impeached.
I think there'll be.
He's probably
going
gonna be
there'll be rallies for a while.
Live streaming from prison.
Lock him up.
The only thing that would give me
Whoa.
respect is if, like, after he got impeached, he was just like, peace, and took a rocket ship and just flew off the earth, like, and just was never seen from again.
Jeff
Drifting off
Bezos,
into
give me a
space.
rocket. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I wish I could do that thing from Elon Musk. Can I put me in the car and I go into the space? Sure, whatever you want, dude.
You guys don't deserve me. I'm out of here. Peace.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring politics into this.
He leaves Milena and Baron behind.
They're just like, finally, dude, got rid of this guy.
Burn your
He's
resilience.
like an orange Grinch. Like, Trump is just the
Oh boy, what have I done?
Yeah, dude. It's like opposite side of the color wheel. He's just the orange Grinch. Like, he's the anti-Grinch. All the Grinch
Damn it.
sentiments.
Does that mean we're the Who's?
Yes.
Trump kind of looks like a deformed Who.
I see that.
Yeah, he's
see
got like his hair is like trying to go like wacky, but like just in the wrong way. And he's orange and fat, and he's probably got webbed feet, and like the tiniest dick, and a hot wife, just like all the Who's here.
Dude, yes.
I mean, not like super hot, but you know.
Like
She's
mail order hot.
Speak for yourself.
Mail order hot.
Yeah, dude, she did not want to get tied up in all this bullshit. Dude, this is Lou's moment. He's stepping up as Dad of the Year.
Oh, Dad of the Year.
And he's gonna get rewarded for it in just a couple seconds.
Way to go, Lou. Sometimes
I'm
it takes
sorry.
a worker at the postal service to, bring you back to real Christmas cheer.
I'm sorry. Joseph is Dad of the Year. All-time stepdad. I mean, this is Christmas, by the way. Like he's the one that
Are you
brought Jesus.
talking Jesus?
He's the one that brought
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ of Nazareth's stepdad, Joseph?
Yes.
Stepdad of the Year.
Yeah.
We're talking about Funky Joe.
He
What's
said
going
he
on?
said that was Dad of the Year, but like this is Christmas. Jesus is born on Christmas.
You see, we've had some very heated debates of who Jesus is. We don't really see him referenced in this movie, so it's safe to say that I don't see any crosses.
Non-denominational Christmas.
It might be safe to say that there is no who Jesus here, but I would counter argue myself with there is a who Santa Claus, so it just there's probably who Jesus, but they're all just probably like it's not that important.
Yeah, I mean, like, and if he's Santa Claus, he's Saint Nicholas, and he's been canonized, so that means it follows Christian.
It does. So, you're right. I take it back. I think, father
Joseph
of the
is
year.
father of all time.
Stepfather of the year. Joseph.
Stepfather or father. Like I'm sorry.
Stepfather.
I mean, God.
Like, oh, so you're pregnant
for all,
right now?
For all I'm concerned, God is an absentee father. And Joseph was there. He was there at the end. He was there at the end.
Joseph hit him with that low five. I got you, dog.
I mean, stay woke.
God just took control of Joseph's penis, and he made him sleep fuck his wife.
Oh.
Or whatever they were.
No, but she's a Virgin Mary.
Well, no,
dude.
she's a Virgin Mary because the angel came down.
Exactly.
Yeah, because she was asleep when he fucked her.
The Immaculate Conception.
Well, yeah, the Immaculate Conception. God, I'm bringing up parts of my childhood I wanted to get past.
No, bring it up. Were you raised in a religious household, Mark?
I was, yeah. I was raised Lutheran, which I don't know.
Heathen!
You heretic!
That is not the one true faith.
Because all I realized growing up is like, oh yeah, like Catholics and Lutherans are supposed to be opposites, but like, how are you supposed to be opposites? It's like essentially the same God and the same backstory.
I keyed.
And I'm like, God, dude, yeah, I got the 95 Theses and shit. Like, yeah, Martin Luther, served it up to those Catholic priests. He was against the system. And, I was down for that. But, I don't know. After a while, it just became boring to go to Christmas service at church. And I was like, why can't I just have Christmas service every day? with the Grinch in my household.
Our one true
Pastor
savior,
Grinch.
Our one true savior, Grinch.
Yeah, that's funny, Mark. I never realized that Lutherans and Christians were, you're telling me, enemies?
Well, yeah, Lutherans and Catholics, at least back in the day. Like,
Catholic,
it's so similar.
Catholicism
but
is the one true faith.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic.
I was raised Catholic too.
Yeah,
I,
me too.
I'm
Oh,
not.
dude, high five.
I'm totally kidding.
Oh, so
when
am
say
I?
that. I'm not crazy about it.
Are we gearing up for a 2-on-1 here?
Oh, no,
We
no.
doing a nice faith off here?
I
No,
was like a 2-on-1. Those are good odds.
I will admit,
Well, I'm the one.
I will admit, during my time in Catholic school, I did not pay a single attention during religion class or mass.
Me neither.
I drew faces on my erasers, and I made them like talk to each other like they were action figures.
Even to this day, like I don't really pay attention that much. And when
Oh,
it comes
God,
to us
no.
holding hands, I just like I usually go during Christmas and and Easter.
Oh, do
and-
you still go to church?
Oh yeah. I'm, like we're salad bar Catholic.
Okay.
I just go during Christmas and Easter.
Oh, nice,
And
nice.
you know, I just wait for that moment where we hold hands, and I'm there with my brother, so I just try to squeeze his hand as hard as I can. Like it's like honestly, Christmas is the one time of year that it's just a dick matching contest between me and my brothers. Yeah.
Mom, tell George to stop.
Like I just try to crack jokes. Like it's like a stand up routine. It's
No, right, dude?
Is I have
Just ironically
how come
singing
this
and-
2.5 hours go by as fast as possible?
Here's what I got bored with at sermons. This is essentially what it boils down to. He's still dead. It was still for your sins. The end.
It's true. It's the same story every year.
Like every time.
Yeah, I'm off it.
I will, you know,
Lutheran.
I will say, you know, nothing against, you know, I don't mind that it exists. You know, maybe some churches get a little crazy, but you know, I feel like the faith brings a lot of people joy and guidance in life, which is great for them.
That's what I'm saying. And it's not any more beautiful than this moment we're watching right here. The Grinch's brightest sunrise after his revelation. This is what...
Christmas is all about.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah, can we get back to the Grinch, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I derailed this.
It's all right. Look, I bring up a couple terrorist attacks. You bring up religion. And, like, hey, we're tomato.
I'm
We're
a-
even.
Oh, shit. They all made us who we are today.
Butterfly effect.
American boy. I love that song.
I love this podcast.
I know what I'm gonna do after this though. I'm just gonna go on Reddit and find the Dr. Seuss cinematic universe and see how everything is related because it has to be, right?
Oh, yeah, dude. The DSCU goes deep.
Can I get your guys' take on the DSCU?
Yeah, I think in a way, you know, they are all different stories that tackle kind of different emotions that kids might face, you know, where the places you'll go, you know, symbolizing, you know, growing, moving from the nest. You've got the Lorax, you know, a parable about listening to, you know, the lesser in society. But I think, you know, they're all rooted together very closely. You know, Dr. Seuss had a whole world in mind, the universe that he was creating, and everything was made to fit in there. He was the original MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I can't think of any other like children's story that had as you know, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like
As beautiful.
Are you saying he built the first children's universe for children to explore and learn? And
I mean, I think so. I
well,
mean,
because when were these written? This is like
wasn't that like 60s? I don't know, 60s? I think. Because like I mean, yeah, there's like Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's all about Clifford, but these are like a bunch of characters existing in one universe in different stories.
the only rival is,
You know, like,
Clifford
oh,
the Big Red Dog.
Yeah, like, oh, did Eric Carl think about all the like the hungry caterpillar and the fucking you know depressed moose all living in the same universe? I don't think he did. This was a wholly fleshed out new universe for children that you could read and believe, just like the Bible.
I like that a lot.
There's got to be like a Seussified like Bible somewhere.
The Seussinomicon?
No, I meant like the Bible, like retold in like Seuss language, like the Bibliographa.
The Seussmarillion?
Yeah, something like that. Something wild and crazy like that.
It won't hold.
Yeah, dude, Grinch getting that mom energy.
He's so strong.
No, dude, look at that shit, dude. Grinch can squat, dude. Grinch can
Dude.
squat. Look at this shit.
Hell yeah, dude. That's gotta be.
No spotter. Max isn't even spotting.
What's he? How tall is he? He's probably like 6'5",
Oh yeah, he's huge.
230.
Is there like a scene in the original cartoon where it almost falls off the edge and he brings it back, or does he just?
Dude, he didn't just squat that. He
Oh,
power
he did.
cleaned that. He power cleaned that. He power cleaned that entire slate full of presents.
And look, he's still going.
Dude, he's holding.
If you get a good look,
Dude.
I mean, Grinch got a thick ass and some thick quads. Like,
The Mound from Game of Thrones better watch out, because like he's coming for that World's Strongest Man title. Jim Carrey.
That lower body strength.
Dude, I would love the. All right, who would win in a fight, the Grinch or the Mountain?
The Grinch or Mount.
Like after
Grumpy?
watching that power clean, I got questions.
From Game of Thrones.
Oh.
The Game of Thrones watchers out there.
Mountain.
What's his name? Jan Thurnberg. like,
That's a good question.
dude. All right, cage match. The Grinch, Cat in the Hat, and the Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow.
Who comes out of that cage?
Oh, jeez.
Can we throw Stone Cold in there?
Stone Cold. Oh boy, dude, just throwing stunners
Yeah,
everywhere.
and can we also throw like the maid bot from the fucking the futuristic Flintstones, the Jetsons, the cleaning robot? Can we throw her in there?
Why not?
That's
Dude,
what,
and
that's
Predator.
my 50 cents.
And Kevin.
Kevin from Home Alone.
Yeah,
How much time does Kevin get in the cage?
In a cage match, Kev.
All right. Kevin stays in the cage for a full night. then all the other fighters enter. Who
Well,
comes out of that cage?
I feel like we gotta throw Cindy Lou in there too. Then
Okay, all right.
how many body? What's the body count for this? How many people do we have in this cage?
6 or 7.
Cage
How big of a
match.
cage? Like the size of like this room, which obviously everybody knows the size of our living room. Listening, I think this would be a pretty decent size.
Yo.
We're going to go cage match the size of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. What are you doing up there? Bone saws ready?
The
Throw
size
that guy in the cage match too.
the size of Spider-Man, like just his body, like volume.
No, goddammit, the fucking cage match in the first Spider-Man movie where it's him versus Bonesaw.
Oh right. Yeah. See, when you just said it's the same size as Spider-Man, I'm thinking you meant the same size as Spider-Man. But I see what you're saying, Mark. I know
let's let's get a simulation. Like
just,
somebody, our simulators out there. Let's get a computer simulation of this fight.
Honestly, I've got a couple of computer simulations on my computer.
Celebrity deathmatch, if you're listening.
Yeah, anybody who can write us a program to make a celebrity death match with every single characteristic of every single character we would ever want in the entire imaginative world, let us know. We're not paying any money.
What's that show where they simulate animals fighting each other?
Oh! I know what you're talking about. BattleBots.
Yeah, BattleBots. Let's get some animatronic Grinches out there.
All right, dude. Here's a thought, dude. All right, so instead of like a fight, all right, so you're going out hitting the bars with the Grinch. Who else do you add to your posse? Like Bender from Futurama, maybe like Mitt Romney, and like my dad.
So we're thinking all-star bar crawl team?
Yeah.
Well, I'd take Mitt out of there for obvious reasons. Oh God, dude.
Grinch is automatic. I mean, like the way. Can I get a swig of that?
Oh my God, dude. Probably Frank the Tank from
Frank
Old
the Tank.
School.
That's a good one.
I would do Barry Badgernath from Beer Fest.
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs, yes, dude.
Wade Boggs.
Wade Boggs from the classic story, recreated by Always Sunny. My dad was a good option as
The corpse of
Dude,
Dr.
can I bring
Seuss.
my dad too?
Yeah,
all of our dads.
All right, all our dads are in.
yeah. Probably Michael Scott from The Office. Let's see here.
Date Mike or normal Mike?
Just whatever. I mean, does he ever
Any
really get
iteration.
drunk in the series? Just a drunk Michael Scott would be funny.
That's why I'm thinking maybe Meredith instead. You know, I mean, she's
fucking
conditioned.
kidding me?
No, she's conditioned
Dude,
to drink.
She could.
Like if we're going for the
Meredith
power
knows
team,
how to party.
Yeah, just because she's conditioned to drink doesn't mean I want to go to a bar with Meredith.
I thought you were coming up
I
with
don't
the
know. She might.
all-star
She might
bar
show.
crawl
She might show
team.
her tits though.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, that would be reason to not invite her. I'm talking about like just people that you
Beggars
want to
can't be
go and
choosers.
get trashed with. I'm not saying like we're not counting how many beers we can drink. Just some people that you want to get trashed with.
All right. Well,
Alright,
see, I thought this was...
yeah, I thought we were talking about like famous drinkers.
Yeah, me too. Well, I don't know. I guess I take back my whole list then. If it's if that's the
Yeah, my
case.
dad is number one.
You know, you can irradiate. You can take my
Sorry,
question however
he
you
jumped.
like.
He jumped the Grinch.
That's
I only seek it, I only seek his approval.
Welcome,
Dahu Damas. Christmas Day is in our grasp. As long as we have hands to clasp. Fahu Remu Yahoo Hee Ha. Welcome Christmas. Bring your cheer. Who for a
Grinch is trying his best.
Come all who's far.
It's one of those classic. Why don't we come back to my place?
Hey.
Yeah, I can see the Grinch like, all right, everybody, back to my lair.
He's like, I'm gonna keep some of the shit I stole so I can kind of outfit my lair. to
Oh
look like Christmas.
shit! He brought out a switchblade.
Ooh, that beast.
Ooh, Martha.
So they put the food in front of the dog. There's so many like bits in the outtakes where it's just all these people like telling the dog like, no, Kelly, stop.
Kelly,
like
no,
the dog is just like macking out on the food like while they're trying to have a day. Like Kelly, no. Dog's just trying to get some ham and shit. Oh, dude, I didn't know this about the subtitle. I think I found you. Where are you, Christmas? This time I'll make you stay.
You've never paid attention after the Grinch?
Dude, I'm usually just riding the like Grinch-gasm that I just had the rest of the movie, and I just cut it out. I stopped paying attention. I'm like, oh, we're going out of there.
Oh shit! Are we?
I'm like,
are we going into some Seuss star clusters here? What is this? What are we seeing here?
it's a power zoom out of the
Of what?
out of the snowflake.
What lengths
The
would
whole
you go?
the whole Seuss universe is in a snowflake.
Just this one. I would say the entire like Seussical universe, spans many small particles of various items.
Okay.
But I have a question for the both of you. What leagues would you go to extend an orgasm?
What leagues?
Yeah, like
What lengths?
yeah, what do you do to make it last longer? I'm asking for a friend.
No, because I mean, what is it? Autoerotic asphyxiation is supposed to like give you like a super orgasm and shit.
You're asking the wrong guy. I just jerk it dry.
No, I mean, I
I'm,
I wouldn't risk my whole
Hey,
life.
I'm
on
eating
an
potatoes
orgasm.
over here.
Do you guys remember those like
Get a
really
cack ring.
those? I'm gonna try to describe something from our childhood. All right, so it's like one of those like wet like gel filled like tubes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it looks like there's like ocean creatures in there. It's all plastic and looks like a fleshlight.
Yeah. Have you ever fucked one?
No. The only times I ever got one, I was too young to even think about putting my ween in it.
Well, let me tell you, you should consider yourself lucky.
We should go to Chuck E. Cheese, get some of those right now. Dude. Hey, cool Chuck. What do you got for me?
Yeah, how many tickets do I need to win that fleshlight? Oh, 50? Oh, hot dog.
A little steeper my price.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of beer, too.
I bet as adults we can go and it's like, do you just want money? Do you just want me to give you money? Like, I'm not going to waste my time getting
I'm
tickets.
not here to play games.
Can I just give you like a 50?
I just need that little kid fleshlight.
I just
need it. I need it.
for reasons.
Oh, God, that's not a phrase that I'm happy to say out loud. I'm not going to repeat it.
Dude, you've confessed some nice stories on this podcast, dude.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's just really the Grinch just makes me feel at home and the most comfortable for me to open up in front of, my friends and
The whole wide world.
yeah.
It's easy to talk about this thinking like, oh, it's three of my good friends in a room, talking, watching the Grinch. But, yeah, we'll see what the internet community thinks.
Yeah, and then we put it online for literally anybody in the entire world to listen to.
Yeah, confession, drinking in high school. Getting bukkake in the band hall.
Yeah, hey, Alec, you remember that one?
Oh,
We'll bleep that name out.
go in hiding,
Or we
Alec.
won't.
Go and
We
hide.
can leave it. It was just a first name.
Okay, yeah. It could be any Alec. I will say though that was always some kind of fun stories floating around that part. In the school I went to, it was like the band. It was like, dude, they had no appreciation for the arts at all. They just like shoved the band, choir, theater, ceramic, drawing kids into like the smallest wing of the school, and shoved us in there
Tucked
and
away.
like wondered why
Know
we
your
all became
place.
friends. Yeah, it's like you aren't the football team. We
Yeah.
aren't buying you shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to run
Loser!
so many fundraisers to get money for our, anything. But there was always the stories of like, yeah, dude, where did you go to, make out or fuck someone? And, just those stories of like, yeah, I went in wood shop and, I went up on the catwalk.
Yeah, in one of the practice rooms.
Oh, boys.
Boys will be boys. That's what I've heard some people say.
Yeah, and we're supposed to be growing past that, now, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like, honestly, people say, you're supposed to grow up, but, there's no, high schoolers out there murdering people. It's like those people are arguably a lot worse than, pulling a couple pranks on some other kids.
Wait, are you saying there's no high school age people murdering people?
That's not what I'm saying. I watch the news, and I've seen Sam Hyde shoot up a couple different schools around the country.
Sam Hyde.
So don't even get me started on school shooters. Thank God this episode is almost over, because I could go on a fucking 8-hour rant about school shooters.
And I am thankful. Yeah, the Sam Hyde, he never did it. It was just a meme. There are a lot of other troubled high schoolers out there.
Yeah, hey, if you're thinking about doing something bad to your friends, just don't do it. Just pull a prank on them. If they're falling asleep at a party, piss on them or something. Don't go shoot up your school. Jesus, it's not that bad. Like the kids, just watch the Grinch. If you're getting bullied,
Yeah, you really should just watch the Grinch.
just watch the Grinch. If you're getting bullied, it'll all make sense.
Because you'll feel what the
Yeah,
Grinch is
you'll-
feeling,
yeah.
and you'll be like, all I got to do is open up my heart. We were very against, school shootings
Yeah,
and violence.
No. I would never kill
We
anybody.
completely advocate for watching the Grinch
Yeah.
as much as you need.
It'll help you. It helped us. Because God knows I used to look like a school shooter.
No.
No. It was just my haircut.
It's your haircut.
It was just my haircut. That's what people told me. I didn't agree with it, but I accepted it at a point. And then I watched The Grinch, and then I've never shot anybody. So, really, who's the winner here?
Thanks, Zeus, for that.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, there's a feeling that comes over you after you do the Grinch drinking game. After a while, I'll say this has been an interesting episode. Yeah, so it's like a drink every time that you say Grinch.
I don't know how we're going to do. We just had beer. I don't know how we're going to do it with a full bottle of whatever liquor we get.
No, we cannot do that.
The last episode, we have to.
No.
We already stated that we would.
Are you kidding me?
If I'm gonna fucking turn myself green with hair implants, you can at least drink for an episode of this.
If I take a shot every time they say Grinch, I'm ending the night getting my stomach pumped at the local emergency
No,
room.
just until the bottle's empty. It's just one bottle. We're not going to keep going beyond bottles. You and me have polished off a bottle before, and we're fine.
We are.
So,
But the kids out there might not be.
yeah, but
We've
we're
had
not,
years under our belts.
Yeah, but they're not doing this. This
We're
is
deep
us doing
into
this.
some issues.
We're deep into some Grinch-related issues. But you know, it's all right. We just hold on to our sanity by drinking more.
And man, all I gotta say is what a great viewing. Another
What?
viewing under our
Oh,
belts of
wow.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas 2000.
I love the Grinch. It's a great film.
And yeah, and part of the allure is I'm glad we get to watch it with different friends every time.
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
time it was Joe.
Joe, how did you watched the Grinch?
I'm so
again.
glad I caught up on it again. Like
Yeah.
this has been a long missed movie that I didn't know I needed in my life.
Can I
so-
ask you a couple questions?
Absolutely.
Favorite moment in the movie?
That's a tough one. Give me a second.
All right. I'll try. I'll give you. I have another question on
I
the
mean
queue.
the song "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," iconic. Like
Oh,
I,
yeah. I agree. Agreed.
I think everyone needs that every Christmas.
Oh yeah, it's not Boris Karloff, but this is like the evolution. This is the 2000s version.
Absolutely, and I mean, you know, giving us a true Grinch origin story like that too. Like
Oh,
that,
yeah, no.
I mean, it really opened my eyes. Like the Grinch is not a mean one.
He's not. He's just a misunderstood
He's
one.
totally misunderstood.
You're a misunderstood one.
There we
All right.
go.
All right. Follow-up question. What was your least favorite thing or moment about this film?
I can't think of one.
That is the answer I was looking for.
No child can beat the Grinch!